Jedi Jayson Casper. Exclusive. Hello and God bless. This is the Crypto Prophet for a Jedi Jayson Casper exclusive, coming at you live from Los Angeles, California in Hermione's studio. Talk about a bull and bear fight that we're in right now with Bitcoin and all of cryptocurrency. There's definitely been some serious heavyweight bouts. Those wicks are like Rocky's blood shooting straight out. Wow. It's the feeling people have when they've driven all the way to church, the pastor begins, and your mother realizes she left a muffin in the oven and leans over to tell you. It's a long drive home and people are anxiously waiting during this long Bitcoin drive down sideways lane. And if it's too much for some people, they can invest in diamonds, because there's nothing like using a rock to get out of a hard place. But Bitcoin is still king. And there's a few big moments for Bitcoin. But this time, ladies and gentlemen, is truly the biggest. Are we done with the sideways action? Will it continue for another couple of months through the entire summer, putting a damper on everybody's summer beach plans and happy spending? Are the next few days going to declare where the price is going to go for the foreseeable future? Logic tells us down. Wyckoff tells us up. Everyone, except people stuck in shorts or who just got long licked, wants to go up. Is the price a self-fulfilling prophecy? Or is it tied to one man or one small group? Or just millions of buyers and sellers, most of whom don't even know when to buy or sell? And now has gotten a strong foothold, regaining its dominance, Bitcoin. It's about 45%, look it to be 51% soon. And like all successful founders of crypto companies do it, it's one entity I cannot name. This is an exclusive technical analysis for Jedi Jayson Casper. This is the Crypto Prophet. As you can see here on the daily chart, here's the crash. We've been moving sideways for a while. Will this fall back inside this wedge? And if so, is this the big breakout to the downside or to the upside? We can bounce around sideways for a while. And then around August 5th, make the move to the downside or to the upside. If we were going to come down back into this wedge, and this wedge does mean something, we could go all the way to the end of it as we have before in smaller wedges. And what I was saying 4 weeks ago was July 4th. They're really going to hit it to America on Independence Day, July 4th. And they're going to send us down. And we're going to go down to 20. We're going to come up, bounce from 20. Go down to 11. And then slowly start to make our way up. And what I have been calling for, this pattern heading October, all the way up to the all-time high, and according to my calculations, that will be $89,969.97. So what we have here is we're going to break down 4th of July. It's going to dip, it's going to tank, it's going to crash down to 20. We're going to bounce up, we're going to hit this wedge about July 28th, 29th, which is going to reject and send us down to 11 around September 1st, at which point we will begin the climb back up. We will regain the bull market after we pass the 52 up here on November 13th, 2021. That is what's going to happen. We are all going to buy here. We're all going to buy down here. We will be taking profits here, and here, and here, and here, and here. And many that took profits here wish that they waited for here, and so on and so forth. Alright, so after the crash, what else could we do but have Taco Tuesday? Full moon. Pumped up. New moon. Crashed. Full moon. It is pumped up. Let's also look at the miners' hash marks. Here we are in the 4-hour chart. Back here, December 2nd. The blue dot printed. 2 weeks later, began the massive pump up to the all-time high. Move into the blue. Move into the blue. Thank you for joining us today. This is the Crypto Prophet, exclusively for Jedi Jayson Casper. We've just had the Death Cross. Traditionally, we get a pump. Bitcoin shows in its history we get a pump. And truly, this sideways action is really building a foundation for the Bitcoin asset to increase its price back to the 50s and 60s so it can realistically stay there and build the foundation there. Just as she came down to the 30s to solidify, the price will someday be in the 80s and 90s, and at that point it'll come back to the 50s and 60s just like it is now, back in the 30s to build the foundation in order to move up. Once institutional money has 2.5% to 5% of their portfolio in Bitcoin, then we'll see a foundation built at 100K, which is not too far away. But when we hit that price, there's going to be a ton of sell-off, and we're all going to have to short Bitcoin and ride it on down. Yeehaw! But just like the name and the idea of blockchain, Bitcoin is building steps in blocks at price points to maintain integrity and value so it has real-world solutions as society progresses. Bitcoin strongly respects its history, and her strength largely relies on it. And at the end of this master wedge that started on May 19th, 2021, we're going to go down. But we're all going to buy the bottom. We're going to buy her bottom, and we're going to ride it up. Thank you for joining us today. God bless, Godspeed. Jedi Jayson Casper. Exclusive.